Please, my lord,
Yes.
all the accused are now here. Accused number 1, 3 up to 5 did arrive on time, my lord, but it takes time to process them through the
I
cells.
see.
That is the reason for the late start.
Okay.
We confirm appearances for the state. My lord, Advocate Numalo called this morning and he also informed us yesterday that he will not be available today due to prior engagements in KZN. He says he tried to convey the message to your registrar, but says due to poor cell phone reception, he could not succeed in conveying the message. He asked me to convey the message.
Why is he not here? He says the prior engagement.
He is in KZN. I think he did say he's got, he foresaw that the case might not run due to the fact that certain information must still be obtained. And yes, he then made himself available for that matter in KZN.
You see here, he says he requests Mr. Mnisi to stand in for him in respect of accused 4 and 5.
Yes, I suppose as far as accused number 5 is concerned, is because Advocate Nsholola is also not available. She sent a letter on the 26th of May. I suppose the registrar would also have received a copy of that letter.
I haven't received it.
Can I just perhaps maybe just hand up the letter?
Right. So, what's the status of your gathering the other information?
The process, my lord, is still ongoing. The purpose of today's sitting was to assess more or less what time is needed to gather that information. We had a brief discussion with my colleagues yesterday, and in our estimation, subject to what Brigadier Gininda says, we think that if maybe we adjourn the matter to Monday, that should afford enough time to gather the requested information.
Why should it take so long?
Well, firstly, my lord, given the nature of the information that must be gathered, the different stakeholders, Ekurhuleni Metro must still be approached regarding the vehicles that were used, and in light of the fact that the SWAT unit is no longer in existence, that might take time, my lord, to access the records. Mr. Dupree must still be consulted as well, and yeah, all that, my lord, will take some time. And obviously, once the information is obtained, and the polo, my lord, that was used by Constable Zungu, once the information is obtained, it must be handed over to the defense, and yeah, to cater for all those exigencies, my lord, we felt that perhaps Monday will be the appropriate.
How many cars are involved?
Well, as we've just indicated, my lord, and on Friday we mentioned the Toyota Fortuner, which is already, the information has already been obtained. The white BMW, the information has already been obtained and given to the defense. The red Golf, the information has already been obtained. And extracts from the record have been brought to the attention of my colleagues, as well as the
Extras from which records?
from the court record of the evidence of Mr. Dupree.
Dupree.
Yes. Where in fact, on Friday, we did place that information on record to the effect that the red Golf was not fitted with a tracking device. We've also obtained the information of the fleet manager indicating from which period was the Golf used by the cold case unit, as well as the white BMW. As Brigadier Girinda indicated on Friday, those affidavits have been put at the disposal of the defense. There's also the Nissan Bakkie that was used by the late Mabena, and Brigadier Girinda has already indicated that he'll try and get the information regarding that Nissan Bakkie. Then there are several cars that were used by the SWAT unit. We've requested Constable Lizering, who is in court, my lord, to assist in obtaining the information of all those vehicles, the days on which they were used, the
What?
make.
Okay. So wait.
Yes, the make. Yeah.
He's here, ne? Listening.
Yeah, there it is.
Is it correct that how many cars did you use when you were transporting the gentleman in front of us here?
4.
4. Are they still extant? They still are around those motor vehicles?
Some of them have been written off.
Written off?
Yes.
Meaning, how many are remaining?
There's only 2 that is still around.
Who were the drivers, by the way? It was Jonathan Butelezi, Munareng,
and Mapumulo.
Mapumulo.
Yes.
Are they still alive?
Yes.
All these four
They have
gentlemen.
testified.
Are they?
They have testified.
I know that, but are they still alive?
They are still alive, yes.
Right? But generally, the Metro Squad unit vehicles, were they all fitted with this AVL system?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
So what's your problem there, Mr. Baloi? Because he says they were all fitted with AVLs.
Yes. The challenge is in obtaining the information from the service provider.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously they require Section 205, to release the information. So, yeah, the date of Monday was arranged, keeping in mind that there are all these processes that must be followed. It's not just a question of calling the service provider to request the AVL. They only release them on the strength of a subpoena, which must be issued by a magistrate.
But if there is no dispute regarding the fact that, for instance, the metro unit motor vehicles were all fitted with AVLs, what is the problem of us not continuing?
Well, we have to get hold of the tracking record that shows where the vehicle was at, on a particular day, its movement at any given time, and all that information must be made available to the defense. They need to peruse it, consult, and then decide, my lord, what course of action to follow. We mentioned yesterday that Advocate Minisi indicated that he would want Constable Buthelezi and Constable Zungu to be recalled for further cross-examination.
Regarding what?
Well, he didn't indicate, my lord. He must still expatiate on the reason for requesting the recall of those witnesses, but the information that he's going to receive will enable him to make a call as to whether or not he's still going to persist with that application, and if so, how to frame the grounds for requesting the recalling of those witnesses.
By the way, it's disputed that Zungu was at the hostel, no?
Yes.
And he wasn't there.
Yes.
That's the evidence.
Yes.
That's the defense evidence.
Yes.
Not evidence.
The version.
Version.
Yes.
And what other cars?
Well,
The ones that went to Phokeng.
yes, those, the Fortuner, we already have information on the Toyota Fortuner. We already have the tracker records for the specific days on which they were in Phokeng. Mr. Ramosepil mentioned that he would also want information on the 22nd of June, if I'm not mistaken, 22nd of June 2020. Yes, I think that information, we just have to check if the information has already been furnished.
Which motor vehicle is that?
The Toyota Fortuner, my lord. He said to request information on the vehicle that conveyed accused number 2 to Phokeng, as well as when accused number 2 was taken to Dr. Hlokwe for dental examination.
What's the importance of that information? Because everybody agrees that accused number 2 was in Phokeng. It's not disputed, is it not?
Well,
then even attending at the surgery, the dental surgery of Hlokwe.
Hlokwe, yes.
It's not disputed.
Yes,
Mr. Ramosepil, what values that information? Is it disputed that he was driven to Phokeng, for instance?
It is
Your
not,
client?
my lord. It is not. It is not.
Right. And is it disputed that your client went to court?
At Tlhabane.
Yeah.
It is not.
So,
my lord, remember under my cross-examination of Constable or Sergeant Buthelezi, my instructions from accused number 2 was that amongst the people that transported him there was Buthelezi himself, and Buthelezi disputed that he was ever in Tlhabane on the 22nd, or he has ever traveled outside Gauteng to transport accused number 2.
how is it going to affect the case? Because Buthelezi says he wasn't in Tlhabane, and your client says, no, he was there. So it's a question of credibility.
If that's the case, my lord.
No, it's not that. I'm not saying that is
Yes,
the case.
yes,
Common sense tells me. Buthelezi says I was never in Tlhabane.
Yeah.
And if he was in Tlhabane, he would have used this very motor vehicle. Is that not so? Which allegedly took your client to Tlhabane.
Yes, my lord, but as well, the usage of motor vehicles dependent. It was not one and the same car. There alternate cars as well, my lord. And we are not sure which cars were utilized.
No, but you must be able to tell us which car so that you can make arrangements. Because if I recall the evidence, it was a Fortuner. Is that not so?
Yeah, but Tutabani says there was also, it may have been a Kumbi, which has sliding doors on both sides, or a VW or a Ford. He does not know the make.
How does it affect the case? I want to know. Because if A says I wasn't there,
yes,
and B says you were there,
yes,
the court must decide on credibility.
Credibility finding. But as well, my lord, the cars that we are mostly keen on are relevant to the dates when accused 2 says he was taken to particular places and he was assaulted. For example, the issue of engine garage, where it was canvassed in this court, the cars that arrived at engine, then transported accused number 2 to that reservoir or whatever particular place with steel pipes and containers, whatever, that was put on record. It's vital, my lord, for us to ventilate, because in the previous evidence that was brought from Cartrack, that evidence shows other things. But because those cars, the Fortuner, was used in conjunction with the escort cars, we may find the smoke somewhere. So it is relevant. I'll submit my name as the court places.
What about the cars which, is it warrant officer captain, listening?
Yes.
The ones which are written off, the records are still available?
Yes, they should be available.
Yeah, they should be,
from
but
the
are
service provider.
they available?
I'm not 100% sure, madam.
Okay. So those are the only cars which you want to be brought before court. The records thereof to be brought before court.
Yes.
Indeed, so, my lord. I mean, from the 18th, 19th, because remember, for 41 hours, accused person was in transit with the police from Sibanye gold mine. And at some stage they say the Fortuner had a mechanical failure, therefore escort involving EMPD SWAT had to come and assist them.
Okay.
That's the court places.
Brigadier, which other cars were used?
So my lord, insofar as my team is concerned, it is the Fortuner. Insofar as accused number 2 is concerned, and that vehicle was relevant on the date of the 18th and the 19th that Mr. Ramsipul is referring to, and the tracker record has been obtained confirming such. The movement from the police station to Moroka, to court, to Tlhabane, and the morning hours of the 20th when he was booked back at Primrose Police Station. So the tracker record, it confirms such a movement.
Okay, fine.
And insofar as accused number 1, the vehicle that was involved when he was arrested, my lord, is the Red Golf that was driven by Sergeant Mukula. And that is a vehicle that is not fitted with tracker. We have also submitted.
Where is that vehicle?
It is around. It's still available. In fact, it's outside. My members are using it now.
Yeah, physically, when you look at the vehicle, you can't show a person, here's the tracker.
No, I don't think we have the expertise to see it, my lord. But the experts, but the car is outside.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So that is a vehicle that insofar as I know, my lord, that accused number one was brought to me inside that vehicle. He was inside that vehicle. And it was the same vehicle that was utilized the following day when the traditional daughter was traced. And I think Sergeant Mkhane may have been there. And it's the same vehicle that was used when he was taken to court on the 1st of June. That is now accused number one. And then on the 5th, when pointing out what done on accused number one, Sergeant Mkhane was now relevant with the Fortuner. And the tracker record for the Fortuner is available.
Okay.
So insofar as the vehicles from the police, my lord, I think we've covered all of them with the exception of the photo album for the vehicle that was used by the late Sergeant Mabena. I've subsequently obtained already, as we stand here, my lord, the docket, based on the request from the court that I must actually get the photo album for the accident. We are dealing with the album now to package it properly, but the docket that confirms the accident, we already have it, and we'll make it available to the defense to confirm that this vehicle got involved in an accident, who was the driver, who then unfortunately then passed away, and then it will be accompanied by the photo album. So we've done a lot on our side except the photo album and the vehicle that is that was driven by Constable Zungu on the date of the incident. That's the one that is a milestone now, but I'm working on it, my lord.
Where is that vehicle? The one allegedly driven by Zongo?
It should be under Tembisa Trust, but
I see,
yeah,
okay.
but the filing there it's difficult, but we're working on it. And then the next one will be the Metro now. That one has to embark on. But insofar as my section, the late Sergeant Mabana, I think we are almost done, my lord. There may be one or two documents, but it's certain that we'll find them.
Okay, thanks. So we must, you say we must adjourn until Monday now.
Indeed, my lord.
kade besho khona ke njalo bafowethu ukuthi mana nodaba lo kade sikhulumile ngalo kwesonto lendluleke loqhamuke nabameli benu thize bathuleke lokusicelelwa phansi ke kwemoto ukuthi imoto yahamba kuphi ke nendawo kanjani ke bakuthole ke bese bathi washo njalo umshushisi ukuthi lokho ke bangakuthola mhlambi ngasonto elizayo ke ngoba khona ke incwadi lapho ke emeliqale zivunywe iqala ke lapha umantshi iqala ke bese bahambe ke bathola ke ama record akhona ke futhi yasho nofakazi khona njalo ukuthi malana nodaba lemoto lezo ke sele benzile umsebenzi wabo lapho khize bathola ama record wazo ke futhi khona njalo malana nemoto kade ihambisa khona ke njalo ke umsola wesibili ke ukhulumile khona njalo kade kuyimoto enjani ke leyo ke futhi wakhuluma ngodaba lemoto adense umsola oqala ukuthi kade kuyigolf ebomvu ke futhi igolf yemoto leyo ke ikhona la ngaphandle namanje ithimba lakhe basayisebenzisa kwesikhathi samanje kepha yona ke kade ingenayo ke tracker futhi namanje athona i-tracker ayikho vele kule moto leyo ke kepha ukhuluma khona ukuthi imoto yakhe ihambisa umsolo wesibili kade Toyota Fortuner ke ngesikhathi bekahamba lana eGoli siya lapha lokuzana ebooking noma elitracker inkhona la kade ekhona ke ngesikhathi adabushiwe khona njalo futhi babathatha khona le basibambisela ngalana eGoli ke kade besebenzisa imoto kuyiFortuner futhi manje bamele ukuthi batholeke lokuzana bathi ithombe zemoto kade ishalo osela shonile ke ubaba uMabhena banazo ke izithombe zengozi yakhona ke futhi nedocket lemoto ukuthi imoto leyo ke yahlangana nengozi ke bese yathi kumoshakala ke lapho ke kepha yasho ukuthi lokho konke lokho kuyolunga ke uma ngabe sesiphinda sibuya la ngaphambi kwenkantolo.
My lord, if I may just also add this part, that the vehicle that was used by the late Sergeant Mabena is a Toyota Hilux, and that is why I said in my evidence previously that it may be mistaken for the Fortuner, and that will be seen when we get.
Yeah, I remember your evidence to that effect.
Yes, my lord. And then the second.
That they're both white.
Indeed, and it's a double cab.
And they've got canopies.
Canopy, indeed, my lord. Indeed, thank you, my lord. And then, but further to what I was asked, my lord, to get, the court will recall that Advocate Mnisi requested the statements. That in particular there was one that was outstanding that was accompanying the warning forms that were disclosed to him from different stations, the Gammersdorp, Ennerdale, right up to Nelspruit. I've since obtained all of those statements, my lord, and we've made them available. So I just want to place that the issue of the statements accompanying each different from different stations has been obtained, and we've made copies for the defense as well.
uyajobela ke futhi usho ukuthi ucela kwenza isilungiso lapho mayelana nemoto kade ishayela ke osele angasekho osele washona ke lapho umnumzana uMabhena ke athi kade kungasiyona ke Toyota Fortuna kepha kade kuyiToyota Hilux ibike yakhona ke double cab futhi ziyafana nje ngombala ngoba zimhlophe ke lemoto zombili uyasho khona nje lapho ke benzeke iphutha nje ethize mabhidise ke inkomiji lapho ke kepha ke uyasho futhi uthi malana nodaba lwama statement ke luphelekeza udaba lwama warning statement eqhamuka kuma police ahlukene ke ama affidavit ama statement bawathola ke futhi nabameli ke babanike babaphile ke udaba lolo ke noma mhlambi incwadi lezo ke zama statement.
Okay, for those reasons then, unfortunately, we can't proceed. Mr. Balui advises me that that information will be gathered and available for us on Monday. There's your client, somebody's client there. Somebody's client is raising an arm or hand.
Yes, may I request indulgence just to
Yeah, fine.
approach Mr. Sibiya? Is it please the court, madam? Thank you for the indulgence. Mr. Sibiya is also bringing it to my attention that there was also a crash cry, motor vehicle. I think it's
A what?
A crash cry.
What's that?
It's a motor vehicle, madam.
Is that the one which was sold by Puliamavi? I don't know. He calls it what? Matorokisi, what? South Africa.
I think it's a Nissan, but it specifically indicates that.
What is a crash car? Is it a four-wheeled motor vehicle? Is it a motor vehicle?
I think it's a Nissan brand, man.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's a Nissan. Do you know that vehicle?
He indicates that the motor vehicle was utilized by Constable
Who?
Ngamane. I think there's a Constable Ngamane. He says he was utilizing that motor vehicle as well. Apparently, it has not been included.
Mr. Littering, is that not part of your... Okay.
No.
No.
Ngamani, Mr. You don't have a Ngamani on the squad there?
He says Ngamane is a policeman.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't fall under me.
Here's the man in charge, the brigadier.
No. We don't have a Kaskai in my section, my lord, or that Ngamane.
But do you have a person called Ngamai, a policeman called Ngamai?
Not in the cold case unit, my lord. I don't know. Maybe you must indicate where did he see this policeman, my lord.
Let me approach, man.
If I may assist, accused number one did mention that this Ngamane assaulted him, but when Brigadier Gininda sent part of his team to obtain a statement, then according to the evidence, accused number one indicated that.
Oh, is that the time when they were?
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, I
furnish the
remember that
information.
evidence.
Yes. Yes, and the court will recall that we did call the station commander from Silverton at the time.
Yeah,
Ms.
the
Sonepu.
Kennel.
Yes, and he said he doesn't know the person.
Yeah, fine, no. I remember that.
Thank you, my lord. It's getting a little bit deeper. Accused number one, Mr. Sibiya, is saying Ngamane used to work with the late Mr. Mabena and a policeman known as Yende. And
Yende.
the description of this crime motor vehicle, the color thereof is silver. And he further indicates that it is very strange of Brigadier Kininda to say that it does not know Ngamane, because the day on which he was taken home, which I think is the 6th, the 6th of June, this Ngamane was also there when he was taken at home. I think it was for verification of an address in the company of Brigadier Kininda. And accused number two is saying the day on which he also appeared at Boxburg Court, this Ngamane was also there. He was with Mabena and Mohane as well. So they are saying it is disingenuous of Brigadier Kininda to say in his unit it does not have Ngamane. It could be that presently Ngamane is not there, but at the time he could not have been a member, but he was there, assisted. They can't tell in what capacity, whether he was a member or not, but they specifically say he was there. So that is the description
Is
of
that,
the motor vehicle.
is that his proper name? Ngamane.
They know him as Ngamane.
Yeah, because I will order that they must bring the employment registers of all those police stations,
Let me find out from them.
so that you must check with your client whether there's a policeman in South Africa called Ngamane.
Thank you, man.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, my lord. They say at all material times, when he was involved in the engagement, they were calling him or referring to him as Ngamane. So they don't know whether this is a surname or a name. So basically, those people who used to refer to him as Ngamane, I think Mukhula, they're saying, is amongst them. Mohane is amongst them, who also used to refer to him as Ngamane. And they also say Brigadier here also referred to him as Ngamane. So, but they are saying they don't know whether that is his name or what is it called, or a nickname. I nearly said a pet name. A nickname, yes, or a pen name, or his surname. But at all material times, they've been referring to him as Ngamane. And over and above that, my lord, they are also accused number one is also saying he would also daily request that the AVL record of the motor vehicle driven by Brigadier Kininda, the day on which he met him at Foslores, or in the precinct of Foslores police station, be also made available as well.
Which vehicle is it?
I think Brigadier would know it.
No, your client must tell us. It was a BMW, it was a Bentley, it was a Rolls Royce, because he's the one who's making the allegation.
No, but remember, my lord, my client is saying when Brigadier Kininda, and this is confirmed by Brigadier Kininda.
Oh, so he knows the car.
May I
Kininda,
just
wait,
complete what I'm
the evidence I listened to
Yes.
is when Kininda says he met him at the precincts of the Phosphorus
Yes,
police station.
yes.
Which motor vehicle were you driving, sir?
I was using my personal car, my lord. I was at the level of a kennel, so I'm not sure if
That-
then
you
that
don't
is
have a-
relevant. No,
Yeah, it might
it's a
not have
personal
a-
vehicle, my
Yeah,
lord.
it might not have
It's my
an
personal
AVL.
vehicle.
It's your personal vehicle.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
At that level, I
So
choose a
I
personal
think
car.
the story ends.
So that
well,
falls-
I may not say it ends there, my lord, but that's an explanation that is coming from Brigadier Kininda, my lord.
And this gentleman called Ngamane.
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 Yes.
My lord, I'll check on that. What I do know, what I can answer to is the following: is that on the 6th, the day when we went to verify the address, the late Sergeant Mapena was there. He was accompanied by someone from CI, but I don't recall the name being Amane. There's just the name of a captain. I'll just have to find out. But it's definitely not the name Ngamane insofar as I recall.
Okay.
And I've never tasked someone personally to say he must do anything insofar as the intelligence is concerned in relation to accused number 1. So that is inaccurate that myself and this Ngamane were once in the same position with accused number 1. That's not correct. I know the people that were involved, but definitely not Ngamane. There's just a captain, my lord. When we come back next time, I'll indicate that captain's name. It just slipped my mind. Who was present on the intelligence gathering and guidance when we went to KZN to verify the address of accused 1.
Okay, fine.
Is
Is that it?
That's it, my lord.
Okay, let's meet on Monday then.
Thank you, madam.